Ready?
Yes.
Just a minute, Prabhuji. I'm starting the YouTube and then. Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. And our beloved Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopalakrishna Goswami Maharaj, he has completed the pastimes in this Gulok, and he has been called by Lord Shri Krishna and Srila Prabhupada for his Leela elsewhere. So, after his glorious departure, he has given a final instruction, 10 instructions. So, now there will be a video that will be displayed, the final instructions of our Gurudev, and thereafter, Nama Amrita will be read by Bhakta Rameshwar Nayak Prabhuji, and Amritwani will be given by our beloved Vishnu Pitamaha of our Guru, His Grace, Kaustubha Krishna Prabhu. Welcome to everyone to Morning Amritwani program once again. Hare Krishna. Rupakshi Mataji, kindly display.
All the disciples take shelter of one of the senior devotees in this moment without being independent. If I were to pass away, I will be really pleased and grateful if all the disciples take shelter of one of the senior devotees in this moment without being independent and follow the management system set up and provided by Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj says all the devotees. Guru Maharaj nahi bataya just the junior devotees. Everybody has to take shelter of somebody more senior. I direct that all my disciples shall behave and conduct themselves in the following manner upon my demise. Guru Maharaj के ये प्रत्यक्ष आदेश हैं एक एक शिष्य के लिए 10 प्रमुख आदेश हैं गुरु महाराज के. पहला, always accept his divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as the preeminent Shiksha Guru for all time. Srila Prabhupada ki. Always accept ISKCON's GBC, Governing Body Commission, as the ultimate management authority of ISKCON and as Srila Prabhupada's representative, and to therefore follow its instructions and directions. Third point is, lead your life so as to be exemplary representatives of ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. 4. Cooperate together with all other ISKCON devotees to push this movement forward. 5. When some of you advance sufficiently, Guru Maharaj का बहुत clear instruction है. When some of you advance sufficiently to become gurus and sannyasis, to work under the GBC authorized processes to take up those services. 6. Never leave ISKCON. First and foremost, think of yourself as members of ISKCON. Never fight with ISKCON. Resolve your differences internally in a Vaishnava way. 7. Never align yourself with persons or groups not authorized by the GBC. 8. Seriously study Srila Prabhupada's books on a regular basis. Always chant at least 16 attentive rounds every day. Chant at least 25 rounds on Ekadashis and special festival days. And strictly follow the 4 regulatory principles of no meat eating, no intoxicants, no gambling, and no illicit sex. 9. Work to make ISKCON a dynamic society. 10. Continue donating your time and resources to ISKCON's causes. और आखिरी पैराग्राफ में गुरु महाराज इस प्रकार लिख रहे हैं, I wish to state that all my endeavors as a devotee have been to serve Prabhupada and the International Society for Krishna Consciousness ISKCON, and I have nothing of my own except my deities. Therefore, I further direct that any assets, including temples, foundations, and or projects associated with, inspired or directed by me or my disciples, must for all time remain under the auspices and directions of the GBC, who are the ultimate managing authority of ISKCON. Abhi Guru Maharaj bol rahe hain, thank you for your service and love for Srila Prabhupada. Serving you has been my privilege. I thank Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual master, the founder Acharya, and the preeminent Shiksha Guru of ISKCON, and a pure devotee of Lord Krishna from the spiritual world for providing me shelter in this house He built for the whole world to live in, and desire that all my disciples stay in that house, imbibe the highest philosophy of Krishna consciousness, and still higher than that, practice the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Signature Gopal Krishna Khanna, Gopal Krishna Goswami, Sannyasi, ISKCON GBC, BBT, Trustee, and Chairman, ISKCON Bureau. Witness 1, Devendra Vaidya, Dashavatar Prabhu. Witness 2, Rishi Kumar Das. This was registered on November 23, 2023.
When I used this 9-word technique, my friends laughed at me. But when I
Now,
manifested a new
Rameshwar Rai
house, a new
Prabhu, kindly
car,
start.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. In this age, Hari Kirtana is the only practical means of self-realization. If one actually wants to solve the problems of life in this age, then he has to take this process of Krishna, that is the recommended process. Harer Nama, Harer Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatiranyatha. Adi Lila 17.21. In this age of Kali Yuga, one cannot execute any process of self-realization, perfection of life other than Kirtana. Kirtana is essential in this age. Can you up this slide? Please, Hare Krishna. In all Vedic literature, it is confirmed that one must meditate on the supreme absolute truth, Vishnu, not on anything else. But there are different processes of meditation recommended for different ages. The process of mystic yoga meditation was possible in Satya Yuga, when man lived for many thousands of years. Now people will not believe this, but in the previous age, there were people who lived for 100 years, for 100,000 years. That age was called Satya Yuga, and the meditation of mystic yoga was possible that time. In that age, the great yogi Valmiki Muni meditated for 60,000 years. So that is a long-term process which is not possible to execute in this age. If one wishes to conduct a fair, that is when conduct a fast, that is another matter. But if one actually wants to participate such meditation, it takes an extremely long time to perfect. In this next age, Treta Yuga, the process of realization was to perform the various ritualistic sacrifices recommended in the Vedas. In the next age, Dwapara Yuga, the process was temple worship. In this present age, the same result can be achieved by the process of Hari Kirtana, glorification of Hari, Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, the science of self-realization. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Radharas Bihari ki jai, Lalita Sakhi Vishakha Sakhi ki jai, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhaktanuman ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Amrut Vani ki jai, Morning Japa program ki jai. So yesterday was a tragic day for us, that we all lost the hand over us, which was guiding us. Our Guru Maharaj, he left for the Vaikuntha or the Golok, but he has left the instructions with us to follow them, which were displayed on the screen. And out of that, very most important ones are there, that we should always follow the instructions of our Guru Maharaj. As we have been reading in Namaprad, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master is a very great offense. So we should be careful, and we should always keep on following the instructions which he left in the last, at the time of departing or leaving his body. And also we should continue in ISKCON, because ISKCON is the only one which has brought us to this level. And we have been slowly and slowly progressing in the spiritual life and keeping away from the material life. It's very, very important, because what I feel that so many people, so many persons, they had done Bhakti Vraksh course with us and afterwards left, and maybe they are doing it individually, but at least they don't come forward in ISKCON. But sometimes we find them when there are some ritualistic programs like Ramnavami for Janmashtami, like other programs. So they come forward. We find many also coming when we go in for Yatra for Dham. But I request all of them that at least those who are at present should not leave ISKCON and never speak against ISKCON. So far the chanting is concerned, Nam Amrita is concerned. When Vyasdev, he wrote the Vedas, he was not satisfied himself after writing so many Vedas and Puranas and all that. And then Narad Muni appeared, and he advised him that in all these Vedas, you have given the instructions for the material people, materialistic type. What you have forgotten is the glorification of the Lord, because in Kali Yuga, the people, as it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Prayana alpayusha sabhya kalau asmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upadesha. The life of the people is going to be very, very small, maybe 100 years or less, as we find that our Maharajas and Sannyasis and Guru Maharajas have been living even before coming to 100. There may be few people who are living in the Rishikesh and in the Gufas, who might, Nagas we call them, they are 100 or more than that, but normally the people age is very less. And also it is said that our knowledge also will be less. We will be more lazy. And therefore it is very, very necessary to take the protection of the name of the Lord, as has been said in the different Shastras and even in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Harir Nam, Harir Nam, Harir Nam eva kevalam, kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gati anyata. So we should always take the protection, because chanting of and glorifying the name of the Lord is the only way to get ourselves purified and get ourselves free from the material entanglement which we are. The example is given here that in the Treta Yuga, the life in Satyug, the life of the people used to be more than 100,000 years. That is about 1 lakh. And so people, after finishing their Grasta Jivan, they used to go in remote places, in jungles and gufas, and meditate upon the Lord. Example is given of Valmiki Rishi. who meditated for 60,000 years, and ultimately he got the knowledge so that he could write the Ramayana even before the Ramayana had taken place in Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, again, the yagyas were performed, which were costing, and also it was prolonged procedures, and the pure Brahmanas were required for performing those. But it was not for all the people. Therefore, again in Dwapar Yuga, the temple worship was done, and mostly the people prayed in the lotus feet of the Lord. But in Kali Yuga, we have been advised to take the name of the Lord by way of chanting Mahamantra, so that this is the only way which not only will give us the knowledge and also will purify our bodies, so that we can ultimately get rid of the cycle of birth and death and old age and disease. We find that even our Maharajas, they have been also suffering, but this is due to the past karmas which are cleared in this age, so that they can go back to Golok. Similarly, we have to follow in their footsteps and keep on chanting. Now, chanting has to be done, of course, humbly and with patience, without performing any namaprads, what we have been reading every day, the 10 apradhs. We should behave very well with the Vaishnavas, respect them, without expecting the respect for ourselves. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had said, that we should be humble like grass and tolerant like a tree, not expecting any respect from others, but always respecting all others. But we should have the name of the Lord always on our tongue. So even though we are chanting 16 rounds daily, 16 or more, and 25 rounds on Ekadashis, but still throughout the day we should have the name of the Lord on our tongue, so that we get purified and purified. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki